How to understand men. In this video, I'm giving you 5 understandings of men that every woman needs to know. First though, a word from our sponsors.
Reading is important, but so is your hair. Love to learn, even though there's always things to do? Free your hands for the important things, like patting the dog. Buy today, and you'll make him yours. Multitasking is hard with your hands full.
All right, so there it is. Grab a copy of my audiobook, hit the subscribe button with the little bell, and I'll see you right after this. Five understandings of men. In this video, I'm going to be explaining us to you. Why are we so confusing? Why are we so weird at times? What the hell is up with men? What are we doing? That's what I'm going to be sharing in this video. So the first thing you got to understand about us as men is that we grow up in a world where our feelings are not very important. When we're emotionally retarded with you, that's kind of biology and it's kind of social, but it's fully that we've been trained that way. So us men, you have to understand that we go through our teenage years, right? And the worst thing we can do is show emotion. Our whole world is about fitting in with the boys. Our whole world is about being accepted. And when you're trying to win at sports, when you're trying to be the toughest guy, the worst thing you can do is show any kind of weak or negative emotion. So we very much learn that we've got to hide that. And there's actually brain science. If you want to go into brain science with this, all about men, grab Luann Brisendine's book on the male brain. She talks about this, but there's a region of our brains called the temporoparietal junction that actually stops us being as responsive. It stops our mirror neurons, which are the neurons where we respond to emotions. It stops those being as responsive, right? So we are in a world where a lot of we've been taught to suppress feelings, basically. We've learned from trying to fit in for years that having, especially weak emotions, is not something we can show, that it makes us less of a man. So when we are frustrating you by not being able to answer questions of how we feel, and again, this isn't to excuse men, but more to explain them. When we frustrate you by not being able to answer these questions, we are often doing our best. We just are not very good at it at times. And especially if you're a really good communicator and you know exactly what your feelings are, we get very overwhelmed in feelings conversations. Well, how does this feel for you? Well, what about this? It's like, it's too much, I'm gonna hide under a rock. Processing feelings is something we've been taught not to do for most men, at least a decade of our lives. Right? For many men, it's a lot longer. How do you feel? We don't get asked that shit. No, last time Maddie asked me how did I feel was 2003. I don't know, and he's a great friend, right? So we don't get asked that a lot. We're not used to answering that question. It's a bit of a different language for us. So just understand that anything relating to feelings, half the time we don't even know the answers, let alone communicating them with you. Number 2, we hate being wrong. Seriously, it feels very off for us to say something to you that is wrong. And the result of this is that we want to be really certain, right? We need to deliver certainty. We want to be right, we want to be certain. So when we say something, we don't want to feel like we're making a mistake. And this goes all the way back to primitive man, right? Imagine primitive man is standing up on a hill and he's seen a shadow on the horizon and his tribe asked him, hey, what's that shadow? Are we safe? How do you think his tribe would respond if he said this?
I don't think the shadow in the distance is an advancing army.
Right, they'd friggin' abandon him. Okay, men need certainty, so we process our stuff within. And this is why we think a lot. This is why we go quiet. So one of the best things you can do is just allow a man space. There's a really good saying, I can't remember where I read it, but men say the most valuable thing. We say the most valuable thing, as I'm getting bitten by ants here, we say the most valuable thing 30 seconds after you think we've finished speaking. So give us time to process. Let us sit with things, especially if you're asking us difficult questions like, how do we feel, or what's our opinion on this? Sometimes you've really got to, especially if it relates to the relationship, that is like a very hard thing for us to process. You ladies are really good at talking to each other and figuring stuff out. We don't do that. We process within. Again, it's not an excuse, but it's something you got to allow for with men, just to give them that space to process, to come back to you with some certainty, like this guy.
No, Baratheon, it's just a f***ing tree.
And that's how we feel that you can trust us, and that's how we feel masculine to you. Number 3, all right, you're gonna hate this one, but I'm just gonna say it. When it comes to women, especially when we're in the earlier stages of our life, or when we're feeling uncertain, we act like cats. Have you ever had a cat that came to the door and wanted to come inside? And you walk up to the door, you open the door, and the damn cat just sits there. It's like, cat, you wanted to come in. You said you wanted to be in the house. Why are you just sitting there? And then the cat's like, and it sort of half wanders in and sits in the doorway. You have to give that cat either a gentle push out or sort of pop it in with your foot. And when it comes to women, our default setting is to go down the middle of commitment. We don't want to be fully lonely. We don't want to be totally outside without you, but commitment's scary. So when it comes to committing, we often don't fully come into the house either, especially without a gentle nudge. So if you leave us to our own devices, we'll sit there like an annoying cat, kind of in and out of commitment, somewhere in the middle. Oh, we like you, but I don't know, commitment's kind of scary. And we'll just sit in the doorway. And much like if a cat just keeps coming to the doorway, you get frustrated with it, you eventually say, all right, cat, you're either in or you're out for the rest of the day because I'm not going to keep getting up to the door. You kind of got to treat us like that, right? It's like you give us a gentle nudge either way. Maybe you come to the door once more, but if the cat keeps being indecisive, the cat is either in or it's out. The cat has to make a decision. So when it comes to commitment, because loneliness is scary and because commitment is scary, we tend to go in the middle. And if you don't give us gentle nudge and give us good boundaries like a cat, you'll end up getting pretty frustrated by us. By the way, before we get to point number 4, if you're enjoying the video so far, I did a whole massive online program on how to understand men, including how to talk to men, how to give them feedback. The details to that are in the description and I'll pop a card up here as well. Number 4 is purpose. We gotta have purpose. Us dudes need purpose. We all have this thing. It's almost like a little, what are you doing? Why are you here? What's your function on this planet? Guys have that. And especially as men, we need to build it over time. We have this need to sort of get through our teenage years and feel like we are contributing to society. We just really want to be useful to you. We want to serve you. We want to be doing something. And so you'll tend to get drama from us, from men, if in relationship, we don't feel like we have that reason we're here. If we don't have something we're passionate about, if we don't have a purpose that we're following, if we're not where we think we should be, the more you deal with that, the more we have this compulsion, is the word I'm looking for, is to just shut down and find it, right? And we kind of ignore everything else if we don't feel like we have it. So don't take it personally when we do that. It might mean you have to set boundaries and stuff, etc. But it's not about you. It's just about we need to have a thing because we've got this voice in the back of our mind that's like, why are you here? What's your purpose on this planet? And if we're not able to answer that question well, we tend to cause drama in relationships. If we're answering that question well, if we're on our path, we'll be great in a relationship with you. Number 5 is freedom. We love our freedom. Go figure, men like freedom, but it's really, really important to our masculine energy that we feel free. And if you really want us to move closer to you, then us being able to feel free in the relationship is really important to us. And I know this, I lean a little bit avoidant as well. If my partner restricts my freedom in a way that I don't condone or don't agree with, I pull away, I can get resentful. I'm working on that stuff, but just she restricts my freedom, it's problems. The freedoms I've asked for are obviously freedoms that she's agreed with in my own circumstance, but it's the freedom to pursue the things that are important to me. It's the freedom to live my life in the way I want to. We really value freedom as guys. If you restrict it in ways that we don't agree with or that we don't like, we slowly get rebellious and even resentful. And this is why you've sometimes got to really push with a man to get him to be honest about the freedoms he wants, because a lot of us feel like we have to comply to women. And when you say you want us to text you or you want us to do more dates or whatever it is, we feel like we have to say yes. So one thing that you can really do with this is just really encourage a guy to be honest. Just say, hey, I don't want you to tell me what I want to hear. I want you to tell me the truth. I'm not a porcelain doll. Just give it to me. It really encourages his freedom of speech in the relationship, because that's a big freedom that a lot of men are used to not getting. Especially when you hear guys talk about, oh, the ball and chain, oh, I just have to, happy wife, happy life. It's all sort of begrudging communications about losing freedom. So if you can really help a guy feel more freedom when you're with him, and again, these have to be freedoms that you're okay with, but if you guys can come together and really work to give him full freedom, not just of speech, but to follow the paths he wants to follow, you're gonna have a very happy guy with you. Right? And I can truly say that's what's helped me be so committed to my partner, is she gives me so much freedom. It's weird and it's paradoxical, but it's actually true. I don't pull away and rebel because I know I have such freedom, and it's in ways that we've both agreed on. So freedom's really important to us. It helps us trust you. It's a value that all of us men have within us. And the more we can build it with you, the closer we actually become to you. So those are the understandings of men. Did any of these surprise you? Let me know in the comments section below. I'd love to hear it. Leave your comments down there below. There's a bunch of free downloads as well. All really good stuff. 12 texts to make him yours, how to understand men. There's a sexting guide. It's all in the description below, as well as my book. You get the physical copy from Amazon or the audio copy from Audible. Thanks again for watching. Hit the subscribe button with the little bell if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next video real soon. Do we need any more? No, Baratheon, that's just a f***ing tree. Do we need to do it? Do I need to like bring a little bit more humor into it? They're too thin. Bugger. All right, I need to go further. I need to go further to the depths of the yard. You want me to go again?
Yeah, just one more. No, as in just.
I don't think.
I don't think that. Good part, right? So nice and still, Jameer. Nothing will go wrong. Oh, Jesus. It didn't work. You wriggled too much. I was trying to get.